Rumblings that maybe the votes weren't there, and then, the president met with some individuals yesterday.
On this vote, the yeas are 215 and the nays are 211.
With that key crypto regulation bill, and it is boosting crypto prices.
XRP serves a very compelling use case around payments, given its...
We're in over 90 countries with clients. We have an expansive network.
Crypto is going to be the future of finance.
Again, instead of being tied up 5 to 10 days, waiting to clear, immediately coming back to the...
Yeah, I mean, obviously nobody knows, but I think smart people are using trillions as the sort of...
It's going to happen in the next 6 months, and this is the golden age of digital assets, Stuart.
They try to shake me out, but I was born ready. Dropping down the price, then I be getting plenty. They want all your bags, and they want all them empty.
What's up, good glitches? Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra bullishness. XRP. Rapid acceleration. Buckle up. I hope you had them bags up. XRP market update has hit $3 for the first time in 5 months. The crypto bills being stalled is all part of the show. Meanwhile, taking a look at the total cryptocurrency market cap here, we're still in a BTC speculation bull cycle. Buckle up, glitches. Paul Barron, XRP's on fire, just cleared $3 with monster volume. MSI sentiment at all-time highs, largest breakout in months. Bulls targeting $4 plus as ETF launch hype and institutional buying sends Ripple to the stratosphere. Breaking news incoming. Get ready. XRP. We're just getting started. The next moonshot is en route. Meanwhile, Ripple was honored to be named one of the CNBC's world's top fintech companies for the 3rd year in a row. But thank you for this recognition. It reflects our ongoing commitment to building the internet of value and transforming how money moves around the world, and it'll run on XRP. Meanwhile, South Korea continues to heat up. XRP retains the #1 spot for 24-hour trading volume in South Korea, recording over 500 million on Upbit. The moment we've all been waiting for is upon us. Meanwhile, 12 Republicans derailed the House crypto legislation. It's all part of the scripted show. However, Donald Trump said Tuesday that the group of House Republicans who blocked several cryptocurrency regulation bills from moving forward earlier in the day had changed their mind following a White House meeting and would now vote to advance the legislation. Trump claimed he convinced 11 of the 12 holdouts to support the measure. This is all part of the show. TikTok. Vivek for real breaking. U.S. House just passed Bitcoin and crypto bills revote on motion. Here we go. Back, ladies. It's happening.
On this vote, the yeas are 215 and the nays are 211. The motion is adopted.
New Financial Services Chair French Hill claims that all 3 crypto bills have enough votes to advance. Crypto week is going strong. I hope you've been loading up on the greatest opportunity of multiple lifetimes.
I guess rumblings that maybe the votes weren't there, and then, the president met with some individuals yesterday. Are you confident now the votes are there?
I believe that we do have the votes to advance the Senate Genius Act, which will create the first federally regulated, with clear rules, dollar-backed payment stablecoin, which will unleash a new competitive round in how payments are done when they're used in a blockchain application. We also have the House's work on market structure, which we've worked through the House Ag Committee and the House Financial Services Committee. Strong bipartisan support for that bill. And then finally, Whip Tom Emmer of Minnesota. Mr. Emmer has his bill that blocks the federal government from creating a central bank digital currency through the Fed, unless it's done with a specific authorization through Congress. So I believe that the House has the votes for those 3 measures, and the Speaker is working this morning on how they'll be coordinated and presented to the House for consideration.
CNBC just confirmed live on TV that the House is now set to pass all 3 Bitcoin crypto bills in 2 days. It's happening. $3 XRP. You ain't seen nothing yet.
With that key crypto regulation bill, and it is boosting crypto prices along with some related names like Strategy. Let's get to Emily Wilkins this morning from D.C. after a brief moment there, Emily, where people were questioning the Speaker's hold on some of those hardliners.
Carl, it was a very dramatic couple hours yesterday. As you remember, about a dozen Republicans blocked a vote to advance to voting on the crypto bills. But there was a late night meeting last night at the White House. Trump tweeted out that the members are now on board and the House is preparing to move forward today. And so here's what we're going to see. Over the next 2 days, the House is set to pass 3 major bills that the crypto industry has been asking for. One deals with regulations on stablecoins. That's the Genius Act we've been talking about. The other is a bill called Clarity. Now, that's a market structure bill, and it defines the market for digital assets, when they're a security, when they're going to be a commodity. And then you've got a final bill that would ban the creation of a central bank digital currency, a CBDC. Now, a redo of yesterday's procedural vote to advance to all 3 that's coming up here a little after noon.
Buckle up, glitches. The regulation jars of molasses are bursting open. Justin Ripple CEO Brad Garland House says XRP will surpass many cryptos to become a market leader. The flippening is closer than you think.
XRP serves a very compelling use case around payments, given its speed, given its low cost, given its scalability. I think you're going to have a lot of winners in the crypto world. I believe very much in a multi-chain world, and XRP will, I think, clearly be one of the winners in that ecosystem.
Meanwhile, $2 trillion Citibank CFO just said live on CNBC that they will provide crypto on and off ramps. Bank money. It's happening.
You think about our treasury and trade solutions business. We're in over 90 countries with clients. We have an expansive network that enables our clients to manage their liquidity, manage their payments, manage financings and vendors, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
What clients really want is the ability to be multi-border, multi-asset, and be able to do these things 24/7 all the time.
It sounds like a stable coin.
And our token services business, our Citi token services business, enables our clients to do those things, and we're continuing to invest in that. Where stablecoin comes in is with this Genius Act. I think it creates an opportunity for us to be able to serve people who will be issuing stablecoins and to have an option for those clients that we serve today.
Yeah,
whether it be reserving, whether it be on and off ramping, conversion from coin to cash, those are services we'll be able to provide. So we view that as an opportunity for us, but we feel very good about the competitive advantage we have with our network and with our Citi token services.
Absolutely.
Get ready for the pump of a lifetime. We got Smoke Dog. Remember, the Genius Act will rapidly accelerate XRP's reintegration into the U.S. financial markets, which will support its price by attracting institutional investors, banks, enterprises, institutions on their way to pump our bags up. Bullish Donald Trump Jr. says crypto is going to be the future of finance. Wait till they get a hold of that XRP on-demand liquidity.
Crypto is going to be the future of finance.
Yeah.
Okay. We were doing everything imaginable in the prior administration to send that to other places. People want to be in America. They want to invest in America. They want that stability. What they needed is some guide rails. They needed a framework in which they could work, even for us in the crypto platforms that we were developing, whether it was American Bitcoin, whether it's World Liberty Financial. We didn't get into that because we knew all that much about crypto. We got into it out of necessity because we were getting debanked. There wasn't a person in this city that I couldn't call and get a loan for a real estate project a few short years ago. Then we became Politica, and all of a sudden you're persona non grata. So crypto's the future. To be able to have the legislation to create those guardrails, to be able to keep that industry. This is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and it should be based here in America. America should get the tax benefits of all of that. They should have the innovation, the growth. That's strategic thinking, and so I'm super excited about that bill because I think it's going to really make sure that America is the home of crypto and blockchain technology for the future.
Tax-free gains, tax-free pumps. Crypto XRP is going to be the future of finance. Bill Haggerty, it's Crypto Week in Congress. The House is set to pass My Genius Act legislation that's great for Americans, great for business, and ensures innovation happens right here in the U.S.
It'll make it easier to move dollars, which again reinforces the U.S. dollar as the reserve currency. And importantly, Maria, each of these digital dollars are going to be backed one for one by U.S. Treasury securities. That's going to stimulate demand for U.S. Treasuries. That's going to bring the increased demand is going to bring rates down. That's going to be very positive for our borrowing cost right now at a time when we could use it. There are many reasons to love this bill. The working capital that it brings back into the system, again, instead of being tied up 5 to 10 days waiting to clear, immediately coming back to the hands of middle and small size companies that can put that asset to work. I think we're going to see a lot of positive results, but importantly still, we're going to see this technology thriving here in America again. The anti-central bank component of it, I think that may seem strange, but there is a large number of my colleagues here in the Senate, Elizabeth Warren probably the leader of this group, that are proponents of central bank digital currencies, meaning they'd like to be able to see and surveil every transaction that Americans make. I don't think Americans want that at all because they've seen Operation Choke Point take many different forms. We do not want to empower the federal government to do that yet again.
The unlocking is upon us. The final dominoes are set in place. Know what you hold. Justin X Goldman Sachs exec says crypto regulation will unlock trillions and help the U.S. solve the deficit.
If this legislation passes and they have to be backed one-to-one with super safe assets, you're talking, I mean, what do you think the number is? Upwards of $3-4 trillion in demand for treasury bills over the next decade, possibly?
Yeah, I mean, obviously nobody knows, but I think smart people are using trillions as the sort of the ballpark around which they guess what the scale of adoption is going to be of stablecoins. I mean, think about it. Right now, all the payments that we do in the American economy operate under 20th century technology. So we're right on the verge of a payment revolution as a result of the Genius Act. The House will pass it tomorrow. The president will sign it into law probably on Friday. And then we'll see pretty rapid implementation. And for every issuance of a tokenized dollar, $1 will be held in reserves, typically in the form of U.S. treasuries. So right now, stablecoin issuers around the world are the 16th largest holders of U.S. treasuries. By some estimations, stablecoin issuers will become the largest holders of stablecoins, bigger than China, bigger than Japan. And I think that's critical at this point of high debt in the U.S. economy.
But it's so hilarious because by being the biggest holder of treasuries, they're facilitating the deficit. And then they turn around and go, you know, if you're worried about deficits, you should buy Bitcoin. And it's like perfectly served up. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a productivity boost, right? So what you want is not just wealth transfers. You don't want an economy that's static and stale. You want an economy that facilitates productivity growth. That's ultimately how you grow our way out of the deficits and the debt that we have. And so stablecoins will be a huge efficiency gains. There's no reason at all, if I were to send you $1 on Venmo or on any other payment mechanism, I think it gets to you instantaneously, but it takes 3 days, 4 days, 5 days to get to you for no reason.
A payment revolution running on XRP, the unlocking of trillions, the transfer of wealth is upon us, glitches. Meanwhile, momentum is building on the XRP Ledger EVM sidechain. Early activity has concentrated around launch day, which saw 800 plus contracts deployed and 600 plus new accounts created, 1,300 plus smart contracts deployed, 17,000 addresses participated, 160 plus tokens launched. We got DAI, digital asset investor, digital asset buy on X. We're going to see non-crypto native companies buy crypto native companies and protocols. The price of the token is a distraction. The value is in the protocol. Load up while you still have some time. TikTok.
And we've seen Ripple obviously make large acquisitions. Hidden Road was a huge one. Coinbase is making some of these. So like, I think when it comes to crypto native companies, we're going to actually continue to see a lot of M&A. We're going to see crypto native companies buy crypto native companies. And I think we're also going to see non-crypto native companies buy crypto native companies and protocols potentially, like figuring out what that could potentially look like.
Justin, Fox Business, Bitcoin reaching 150K within 6 months. It's going to happen in the next 6 months. This is the golden age of digital assets. Bitcoin at 150K. Will we see a $20, $50, $100 XRP?
You see Bitcoin rising to $150,000 a coin. And I read your stuff. So when does it get there?
It's going to happen in the next 6 months, and this is the golden age of digital assets, Stuart. What's going to happen is we've seen the rulings come in, and we're seeing everything from the crypto regulations, the ability to get to the Clarity Act, the Anti-CDBC Surveillance State Act, and the Genius Act. They're all coming through. As we heard, the White House cut some deals overnight, and that's really driving the run to Bitcoin. And then the other piece is we're hoping interest rates do come down, and when they do come down, what it does is create a devaluation of the dollar, meaning people are going to go to growth assets and actually risk on activities. So I think that's really why we see 150,000 on the Bitcoin side.
Years of loading up on cheap XRP is finally set to pay off. Welcome to the golden age of digital assets in the utility era. Meanwhile, we got some updates from Stellar today. Jose Fernandez de Ponte joins SDF as President and Chief Growth Officer to accelerate what's already working and taking it further, bringing fintech leadership experience from PayPal, Banco Bilbao, Argentina, and McKinsey. Jose will focus on strategy, partnership, and growth. Let's go. Stellar XLM also on the rise. Danelle Dixon chimes in and says, we remain focused on accelerating the adoption of Stellar Network for everyday financial services. Jose and Jason will play a crucial role in continuing to bring this vision to life. U.S. Senate Banking Committee, the Genius Act is clear. The Federal Reserve does not have the authority to issue a CBDC. Senator Tim Scott will continue pushing back on any overreach from the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, I mean, one holdout appears to be that the Senate stablecoin legislation, the bill, does not include a ban on the Federal Reserve issuing a central bank cryptocurrency. The House included that in their version. Now, we don't expect the Federal Reserve to move to actually issue a digital dollar. But what about that? People are worried about the Federal Reserve coming out with this central bank cryptocurrency and using it as a surveillance tool like China does.
Yes. One of the things that we said in Genius Act, we have to give a lot of credit to Bill Hagerty on working on this legislation. The Genius Act simply says that nothing in this bill actually expands the authority at the Federal Reserve. So they do not have expansive authority. They cannot go in that direction. So we wanted to make sure that it was crystal clear. The House wants to double down and do it again. I get that. That's not a bad move at all. But let's be clear. The Genius Act already speaks to not allowing the Federal Reserve to expand their authority. And finally, let me just say this, Maria. The Federal Reserve, they should get back to calling balls and strikes and doing their job as an umpire. Watching the Fed be politicized under President Biden and then frankly stepping away from all things common sense like lowering interest rates under President Trump, they should get back to doing their jobs.
Meanwhile, Ripple has expanded its institutional custody services into the Middle East, partnering with the UAE-based tokenization platform Control to support Dubai's government-led real estate digitization initiative. Meanwhile, taking a look at the XRP breakout here, looking nicely as XRP continues to climb higher and higher. $5, $10, $20 XRP en route. We waited 4 years for this. BTC dominance fighting with the weekly 21 MA closed below and Giga Sendar. Crypto, mustache, altcoins. Isn't it breathtaking to see ETH BTC repeating from the 2016-2017 cycle in a much larger time frame? And isn't it breathtaking to see that we're only at the beginning of it all? Buckle up. Meanwhile, Dark Defender, lives are changing. Those who listen to the math are winning. XRP is at 306, as I said. You haven't seen anything yet. Bullish, extra bullish. And the longer they take, the higher we keep climbing on that XRP rich list. I hope you got them bags up. It's a bull run. Get them bags up.
It's a bull run. Get your bags up. In your rocket ships, we gon' blast up. It's a bull run. I got my bag stuffed. We gon' take the cup. Tick tock, your time's up.
We'll catch you up here on the mothership. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander. BYOB. Bring your own bags. Be your own bank. Be your own boss. Don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes and help us get to 1,000 likies. We'll see you at the tippy top. Later, glitches.
Eating all these bags like a black hole, rounding up some more like a lasso. We was getting turned extra bullish at the last show. Spaceship getting heavy with the last load, knowing that the pump coming soon in this blast mode. RIP peace to the chateaus. Fusses they was hitting cause of Clayton they was knocking, trying to get inside of the castle. Rockets loading up, out of blast off the gravel. Told you get your ticket but you missed out on the raffle. SEC a bunch of lies, what a bunch of assholes. But that rocket reignited like a gas stove, ready to flip the switch, then we blast smoke in another orbit like an astro. All them times it was talking ish turned to a fiasco. Fortune to the beast, feel like Mozart playing the piano. Rob Nichols and Batman on the track, bringing mad soul. See you in the Astros. Yo, I'm a crypto holic. All these puppets lawless. When we beat the case fatality, it was flawless.